Now, here to share her story is a change agent, a mom advocate, Carmela Wallace. And we want to welcome her because she's got a lot to share tonight. Please welcome Carmela Wallace.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi there, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good, good. So you are kicking off our first segment tonight, A Mother's Story. And your story is really a love letter to moms to change the stigma and the taboo of mental health issues. And I know you've got a word for us. I know you're going to talk to us about the things that happened with your beloved son. And so I'm going to give you the floor right now. It's an honor to have you with us. And I'm going to ask you to please give this share we've been waiting for to our moms.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, let me begin by saying that Jared was my heart. I poured all I had into him to make sure he had the tools to be successful in life. And losing him has changed my life forever. But what I decided to do when he passed away, I wasn't going to keep it a secret how he died, because I wanted the reality of the impact that drugs have. I want people to feel it, to know that it's serious. And I know he sang about it and he sang about his struggles, but the drug use was real. And ultimately it led to his death. And so after he passed away, it was just such an outpouring from fans saying that he changed their lives, that he helped them with depression and anxiety. And some even said he helped them from committing suicide. And I was just so amazed and so in awe how God worked through him to heal so many people. Because many people, they just suffer in silence, but those who heard Jared's music, they felt like they weren't alone. And so as his mom, I felt like I had an obligation to continue his message of healing, to continue what he started. So with the financial support from Interscope Records and Grade A Production, I created Live Free 999 to honor Jared. And our goal is to normalize the conversation about mental health. So we contribute to programs that provide outlets, that provide support. We also have a text hotline for crisis that's free 24/7, that if those experiencing crisis and need help, they can reach out and someone is there to help him. And you can see more of the things that we do on our website, livefree999.com. And I feel that helping others helps me to heal. And I'm looking forward to doing many great things in Jared's honor. So I figure I open it up for questions. Now, I don't want to take up a lot of time, but you could go to the website and you could find out more information. You could contact us from there. So it is there for you guys.
Well, Carmela, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I have a question for you, a couple of questions for you before we go to our moms.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask you, you know, Jared, Juice Wrld was an icon, no doubt, but he was your baby boy. And as a mother, I read where you said, and I wrote this down, you said that though it was devastating, the one thing you decided early on was that you weren't going to hide the fact that he died from a drug overdose. And I just got to ask you to elaborate on why this was important to you and the things that you've learned from others in your sharing.
Well, I think transparency is important. I always encourage him to walk in truth because it brings healing. So I figure those who can relate to his music, some of them are doing the same drugs he was doing. So I just wanted the sting of it, you know, the reality of it to hit them and say, this is not a game. You could die from this. Maybe it's time to get help. So I just wanted it to sound the alarm, you know, maybe you should get help right now because it's serious.
you had a close, non-judgmental relationship with Jared. And because of that, nothing was off limits in your conversation because he felt comfortable sharing his struggles with you. As a mother, what did you do deliberately to open the door for those conversations that kept him from suffering in silence? Because this is really important. Mothers tell me they are struggling with this.
I told him the truth. You know, the truth in love. And I think that was the key. So we walked in truth, we walked in love. I didn't agree with some of the things he told me. Some of the things I didn't even really want to hear, but he felt comfortable enough to tell me, and I respected him, and I loved him enough to want to see him healed. So I knew with him, I couldn't approach it with a way that I was judging him. I had to approach it with the way I understand.
And how did you steel yourself up for that? Because like you said, some of the things you didn't want to know. And I know moms feel the same way and maybe not even are prepared for that. How did you steel yourself up for that? How did you become that great listener?
I just put myself in his shoes. You know, I just put myself in his shoes. And for him, he had to trust you. So we had that bond, we had that trust. I wanted him to feel comfortable talking to me because, you know, a lot of young men, they talk to their friends, but they don't really have the resources or the knowledge to help them. But him talking to me, I could lead him and point him in a direction that I thought he could go that would help him. So that honest conversation out of love, which was
I think love is the key. And I just want to ask you, how are you normalizing the conversation on mental health concerning our children? And what have you learned since starting your foundation, Live Free 999?
I think it starts with the conversation to say that it's okay not to be okay. And let's fix it. You know, to say you're not okay. Like I can say, and I start with myself always. I'm the example. I start off by saying, I'm not okay. I'm finding my way after losing him, but I can't say I'm okay yet, but I know it's a process. So I think it starts with me. It starts with being honest, and it starts with just saying, it's okay. Let's do something about it. You're not okay and you're not alone. Because, you know, a lot of times people, they suffer in silence, but we just want them to know that it's okay. So one of the major things we've done was the crisis text line is really a great way to let people have an outlet to talk to someone confidentially that they could trust with their information, that they could share information with. And we're just getting started. And we also have supported many programs that support mental health and things like that. So we're in the process of growing and continually looking for organizations to support.
Just as your son, Juice Wrld Music, helped young people with depression and anxiety, in your work, you have devoted your time to empowering mothers who, again, are unscripted for the challenges of mental health with their children. What can you say, though, to those who have lost sons and daughters to help them find hope and turn trauma into transformation?
Well, I could only speak from what I did, and I hide in the Lord. You know, I pray, I cry out, and I allow myself to go through however I'm feeling. I don't suppress how I'm feeling. If it's a bad day, it's just a bad day. And so I just write it out, you know, and then I look for an outlet. I look for something else to do with that energy, because Jared was a lot of work coming up, raising him. He was a lot of work. It was a lot of energy. So I have a lot of energy, and I just did something with it. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Carmela, thank you for speaking so candidly and sharing with us. I know we have some questions from our moms. I can tell by the looks on their faces. Moms, please, those who want to ask questions directly to Carmela, please unmute yourself and please ask away.
Hello, Ms. Wallace.
Hi.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And I want to give you my sincere condolences.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
In hindsight, what advice could you give to moms right now who are experiencing similar issues with their kids that are involved with drugs?
You have to have the conversation, and you have to do it in a way where they trust you, you know, where you're not judging them. You want them to be free, so you need to support them and tell them the truth, though. You know, that's one thing about Jared. I told him the truth. I told him my biggest fear was losing him, you know, so he knew. I was very honest with the way I felt. So I think just be honest. You can't force them, though. You could just tell them the truth. And ultimately, they have to make the decision and then find the resources, you know, where they can get help. But I think the honest conversations, that's where it starts.
Okay, thank you.
Does someone else have a question? Okay, so I think we have some questions from the audience. And one of the things that one of the moms wants to know, if you could tell us a little more about the foundation.
Okay, well, it's Live Free 999, and the name I came up with it, actually, Jared came up with the name. I got it from him. So we were on vacation, and Jared was very artsy. So Jared would take clothes, and Jared would alter clothes and paint clothes and whatever he wanted to do to give it his feel. So he had a jean jacket that we got from a thrift store, and on the back of it, he painted Live Free. And then in his music as Juice World, he came up with 999, which means turn all the hell around. So it's just the opposite of 999 of 666. So it's like turn the hell around. And so what we do is we're just trying to just help people. You know, we're trying to support programs. We're trying to do preventative programs. We actually started the band program at Jared's old school. So we support that. With Interscope, we got instruments for all the students, and then we support them monthly. So the students now have a band, they have chorus. So just to give students an alternative to, you know, someone who wasn't exposed to music, maybe this would be an opportunity for them to even get a scholarship to college. So we're trying to plant the seeds early to give them opportunities. So we like to create opportunities. We like to normalize the conversation, and we do this by supporting organizations and supporting programs. And our future plans is to, you know, have more programs for ourselves. But right now we're supporting organizations that have solid programs, because we don't have to reinvent the wheel, but we support those who are doing a good job to help our children.
Wow, that is fantastic. Carmela, we applaud you. We applaud you for sharing your story. We applaud you for making those deposits in us tonight, and just the pain as a mother and turning that into something that empowers others. That is just beyond. And we just want to thank you for being at the table with us tonight. We love you here at the Steve Harvey, Margie Harvey Foundation.
Mickey,
Yes.
Mickey,
Yes,
I
you,
have something to say. This is Paige. How are you doing, Mrs. Wallace? We've been listening to her story, and Shakinya Calhoun is on the phone, and she runs our grant and scholarship division along with Sabrina Adams. And we would just want to step up to the table, and we would like to bless you with a $10,000 grant for scholarships in your son's name, so you can continue to do the work.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Wow, that's awesome. That's what love does. That's what love does. Moms, you unmute yourself and give it up for the Stephen Margie Harvey Foundation.
Awesome.
Unsophisticated noise tonight.
Great. Such a blessing.
What a blessing.
Such a blessing.
Make contact with you, and we can get that money over to you so we can help you continue to do the work. We'd like to do a scholarship in your son's name.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
What a blessing.
It is
a blessing. Thank you again, Carmela, for being with us tonight. And we just may God's blessings just overtake you on the journey as you move to help others.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, moms, that was a powerful sharing, huh? And you suffer in silence. I mean, as a mom, you don't want anybody to know. You don't know what to do. But these are your babies. These are your babies. And so we need more Carmelas in the world. We need more of that, and we need more of those who will share their stories and make a way for others to